Greetings. I'm online and I'm on the air, bringing you guys another art tutorial because I strongly believe that education should be free. In some places, just not here in corporate America. So in today's tutorial, I want to discuss some basic shortcuts. A series of shortcuts that I think would be amazing and really helpful to you. Shortcuts, you gotta know these shortcuts, man. You must know these ones. You don't need to know all of them. I don't know all of them. Most people don't know all, but here are some essential. Anyone that works with Photoshop ought to know these. Anyone. All right. The first one on the list. I should put down a title here because, yeah, shortcuts. Oh jeez, why does Photoshop keep doing this? Photoshop hates me. Mom, Photoshop hates me. I don't understand why the program is behaving like this. Maybe it's some kind of touch screen issue. Hang on a second. Let me try something. Okay, let's try this now. Let's see if this helps. Shortcuts. So here's my favorite. This tool, it kind of looks like this. And there's a little plus sign with arrows on. This is not helping. Yeah, it's really not helping. This is your move tool. The move tool shortcut is V. Move tool. Why does Photoshop keep doing this? Why are you doing this? The marquee tool, it's M. It looks like ants, marching ants. Marquee select. Xian, it's Photoshop. This thing is not cooperating with me at all. This only happens with Photoshop. Everything else works fine. M is for square? No, that doesn't make sense. M is for marquee. And L is for lasso. And it kind of looks like a little cowboy rope. L is for lasso. There is a magic wand tool. I rarely use this. It looks like a magic wand. And the way magic wand tool works, the shortcut is W, is it selects things based on pixels. So if I want to select this L, I just click on the object, the image, the pixels, the visible pixels, and I would just get the L. I rarely ever use it though. I don't know, it might just depend on what the person is doing. Other people might find the magic wand tool to be more useful. Magic. Cooperate with me, Photoshop. Oh, this is important. You see what's happening right now? I can't draw anything, right? Because I currently have something selected. This is a very common beginner mistake. They'll be trying to draw something and nothing is working because something is selected. In order to accommodate for this, what you do is you deselect. Now the shortcut for deselect, you can go over to select and go to deselect, right? And you can see that the shortcut for deselect is Control D. So I'll just hit Control D, and now I can draw again. Magic, there you go. Wand. wand tool. What else is a good tool to use? Brush tool. What was that? Brush tool. The brush tool looks like a brush. It's a relatively common tool. All drawing programs have something similar. Frita, Clip Studio, brush. Why tool? It's B is for brush. Eraser. You can see it over here. It looks like a white block type thing. Eraser. Don't understand. E. What else? Oh, paint bucket. It looks like a paint bucket. And there's like a little thing coming out, and like the paint bucket tool. Paint bucket tool will allow you to color things based on a selection. And the shortcut for that is G. So if I have a selection, either lasso selection or marquee selection, I hit G for my paint bucket tool and try and paint inside that selection, it'll fill that selection. This also works with pixels. So if you have a closed shape, like so, and you paint bucket that closed shape, it gets filled. That's very, yeah. Where was I? Deselect. What else is? Go away, G-force. Text tool. T is for text tool. I find myself using that pretty regularly. It looks like a giant T. If you're like new to working with like, the shortcut for that is a T. If you're just starting out with computers and computer graphics, like these basics are, Photoshop is good to use. Is a good program to like learn. Like everybody knows Photoshop. Everyone works with Photoshop, and all the tools and shortcuts in Photoshop can carry over to like other programs. Paint buckets. What else? What else is good to learn? Wow, I can't believe. Oh yeah, the hand tool. There we go. The hand tool looks like a hand. And the shortcut for that is H. And what that allows you to do is basically just pan around your canvas window thing. What else is a good tool shortcut to learn? You know something? I think that like pretty much covers like most of the tools. Most of the shortcuts that I use, like these are like most of the shortcuts I use. Like honestly, like I think this is it. I think this is like most of the shortcuts I use when I'm working with Photoshop. These guys are, yeah. Like these are like, yeah. All right. Okie dokie, that was wonderful. What else do I want to like talk about? Full screen mode. This should be like relatively quick and simple. Full screen mode. Full screen. You see this button over here, this little change screen mode F. This will change. We'll just watch what it does. Your canvas is taking up more of the screen now, right? You click again, it consumes everything, and you're going to lose your shortcuts. In full screen mode, panels are hidden. They can be accessed on the sides of the screen or revealed by pressing tab. There's full screen mode. I used to know a guy that knew all the shortcuts and they just operated like this. It was phenomenal. I've never seen anyone work like that before. Like, nobody works like this. Now the shortcut for that is F. So if you're ever in a situation where you can't see anything because everything is gone, this is what you do. You just push F and it brings everything back. Same thing with your Windows panel. You might come across a situation where like your windows are positioned in a way which either your tool windows or your canvas windows, something is positioned in a way which you cannot access it. And like, heck man, even some like professors, some instructors don't know what to do. Like I asked one dude I used to know a while back, hey, what do you do in this situation? How do you fix this? And they didn't know, and they basically told me to like restart the program. Here's what you do. You either change the tiling, you rearrange it, the windows, somehow using one of these options. You might have to play around with them and figure out which one gives you the result that you're looking for. Or you change the workspace setting thing. Just change it. And that should get you back your tools or your windows. Bring everything back and make things normal again. Now, something else I wanted to discuss in like this tutorial. I wanted to discuss shortcuts. Well, I'll work with this guy. I'll make a duplicate of him and I'll flatten him out so I can use him as an example. Merge group. I don't really need this stuff. Turn that guy off. Don't want to see that. You don't even see it anyways because it's on the layer on top. Let's switch the opacity to 100% so I can really erase this guy here. Erase. Erase. I feel like audio of old sci-fi movies like Saturday, or I don't know, Star Trek, old school, or The Running Man. I don't know how the audio goes for that show. Alright, so this guy is like one thing that, why is the selection area so weird? Okay, I'll use my marquee selection to like try, oops. Maybe I can use my magic wand. There we go. But if I delete this, okay, whatever. Alright, you see what I'm doing right now? This, I will demonstrate my transform tool. Let me put the title up here, so, yeah. Transform tool. Why does Photoshop work properly on this system? I do not understand. Like, it's like every other program I use on this system is seamless. It's just Photoshop that never worked right. I don't understand it. It is so strange. Transform tool. If you go under edit and go down to transform, there's the free transform tool and there's all your other transformation options. I like to use the free transform. Free transform is basically a combination of a lot of these other guys. A lot of these other guys, they'll only scale, or they'll rotate, or they'll skew, or distort, or do whatever. But transform It's kind of like an all-in-one. It tries to do everything. So I will select my robot guy using lasso or marquee selection. Let's go with the marquee selection. Select my robot guy. Right, I'll hit Control T for transform. That's the same as this guy up here. Free transform. And with free transform, I can move this guy. I can scale them by the height or the width. Or together, height and width simultaneously. Now if I press Shift, that'll allow me to like scale it uniformly. So height and width will scale simultaneously. Now, if I press Control, oh wait, before I go to that, if you click just like outside of your marquee, your cursor will change into like this round pointer thing. And with the round pointer thing, you can rotate it. Now, if you press the Control key and grab one of your corners, that will allow you to skew it. Skew it. Now, if you press Control and drag the sides, they'll allow you to skew from like a different way, a different angle. So you can skew like this instead. So that's the transformation tool, the free transform tool, which is accessible by pressing Control T. CTRL T. And I tell you, when I first started learning about Photoshop, I didn't know how to do anything. I couldn't do anything. I was so lost and helpless, I couldn't even use this transform tool. And it's like one of the most basic, most essential tools there are. When I learned about making wallpapers and using the transform tool, I thought I was so powerful. I thought I was like a digital god, a guru. I felt like I had the power. Like I could do anything. And all of a sudden, like I just felt like I could do anything. But I look back on that now and realize that I didn't know anything back then. I didn't know anything then, and I sure as heck can't say how much I know now. It's weird. It's kind of like the more things you learn, the more you discover how little you really know. It's weird. Like the more you know that you don't know. So that's all for now. So until next time, like, if you're new here to WRNotes, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like. Until next time, stay creative, have fun, and good luck out there.